The fear that's associated with taking on that burden, it's not necessary. You have this incredible opportunity to affect, heal, help, equip, prepare, and develop this child's character and their future. So why are we stuck on the past and forgetting about this incredible gift of the future that you are able to contribute to? Hi everyone, I'm Janelle Molony, author of Unadoptable, Faith Beyond Foster Care. So as of 2019, when I was finishing this book, there were an estimated 450,000 children in the United States, all in the foster care system. So that's 450,000 children who do not have a stable, permanent home until they are adopted or until they are reunified, still are living their lives with a sense of instability. They have no one in a permanent position in their life at this point. Out of the 130 that will not go back to their biological mother or father or even a kinship, less than half of those will end up being adopted, which leaves the others wondering, why not me? I mean, that's a big chunk of babies. Now, the average age of a child that is waiting to be adopted in the United States is 7. So if everyone's focused on and going after those little babies under the age of 2, but the average age is 7, what's going on? Why are they not being adopted? Something needs to shift. And I don't think it has anything to do with the kids. I think it has to do with our foster adopt community. We need to shift our mindset to be more accepting, more pursuing, more open to older children because they're worth it. Even with incredible medical discoveries, medications, intervention programs, therapies, and so on, foster and adoptive parents, they're not saying yes. They're not saying yes because this child in this package comes with a very large burden, comes with a lot of unknowns, a lot of mystery. Perhaps there's a lot of fear associated with a child who has more trauma, of course. Of course there is. So first off, let me back this up. If you had a child of your own biological means, and that child ended up being traumatized, maybe you had a car accident and someone got hurt, that child would still be yours, right? You would get them therapy if they needed, right? You would take them to the doctor and help with any medical concerns or injuries that were a result, right? So why is it that if that happens to a child that wasn't yours at the time, you would say no? Can you explain to me what happens in your mind if that child that you imagine is biologically yours and has the same experience? There's no way you would reject them. There's no way you would have crazy expectations for them to behave a certain way or be of a certain mental status at that point. You would allow for them to fall apart and be broken for a little bit or for however long they need, because God knows trauma has its own lifespan that we're working with. But if it's someone else's child, there seems to be just this very easy no button that we push. It's not fair. So in my book, I ask readers to wrestle with this. Wrestle with this. Why is it that you would make that distinguishment? If the trauma happens under your care versus under someone else's care, that's the difference between a yes and a no. I don't want to judge anyone who did make a choice like that or might make a choice like that, because ultimately your family is yours and you need to make the best decision for you. Because if you're making a crazy decision, that family might not work. So please hear me, follow your heart on this. But I'm here to tell you that the fear that's associated with taking on that burden, it's not necessary. It's not helpful. Is it normal? Yes, absolutely. But it's not necessary and it's not helpful because there's more to the child than the stuff that happened to them. There is more to this little person than their past. And frankly, if they're going to be with you for their definite future, you have this incredible opportunity to affect, heal, help, equip, prepare, and develop this child's character and their future. It's unlimited potential, if you will. So why are we stuck on the past and forgetting about this incredible gift of the future that you are able to contribute to? That's not so scary. You have what it takes. We were presented with a child who has no medical concerns. They thought he was 5. And it sounded really perfect. We were told he was adorable. That's true. The rest was not. So we got so excited. We thought, oh my gosh, this is like the unicorn baby of all. And, we were looking for that 2-year-old toddler type, but 5, that's not so bad. All right. So we got this kid into our home on a transition program type thing. It's like dating. So we met him and brought him to our house to babysit for one night. But something happened. And we were told that the foster family who had him currently couldn't come back for the weekend. So we're like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, we'll do a weekend. And then they didn't come back. And this adorable, absolutely adorable little boy would gradually unravel in our home. He presented to us multiple and significant, severe medical conditions. Now, a lot of that was anxiety driven, and when you're in fight or flight mode, a lot of things happen that look like diagnoses. So to say he truly has them, maybe that's not fair. A lot of it has just disappeared, frankly, which is cool, thank God. So he was revealing to us, as he learned to trust us, these very tragic, unspeakable things that had happened in a prior situation. Stuff that, as an adult, if it happened to me, I don't know how long it would take me to recover. And all of this is happening in a little boy. And by discovering all of these things, we were immediately faced with, this will never work. We were faced with our own fears, but more than that, we were faced with everybody else's fears. And I mean everybody, people that don't even matter, but don't get me started. The therapist asked me to my face, how long do you think you're going to have this boy? And I said, forever. And she said, that's what you think. And then she went on to tell me all about how he's on this path. And it's not a path that I want to be on. And I thought, aren't you the lady that's supposed to help him on this path? And encourage us and let us know that there's help and healing and all of these things. You're not supposed to come and slap me in the face with a dead-end diagnosis. 6 months later, we were signing the adoption forms for our son. But we have been able to bear witness through our faith in this amazing transformation in our child because of our faith, because of our diligence, because of the medical care, because of the therapy, because of the late nights, because of all of this that we have poured into him. He is not the same person that you will read about in that book. You're going to read that book and you're just going to say, who is that lady even? You'll read this and say, that lady on YouTube and the lady on Instagram, she's crazy. Well, I was. But now you look at us and you don't even know. I've had friends read the book, and then ask me if there was some other child. And I thought, you know who my kid is. Come on. And they said, no, this is not your kid. So let me just put that out there as a testimony that in just a short period of time, we have poured into this boy, and he is nothing like the boy we first met. So, true healing, long-term healing, permanent healing, healing from absolutely horrific, unspeakable things can and does happen. We were not in this alone, and that there's more to us than our physical capacities, intellect, and abilities at all. We needed more. We needed faith. We needed hope. We needed a promise to hang on to, and we did, and we're still holding on to that promise for our son. What I want from all of my readers and all of my friends on social media is for us to remember that there's so much hope and potential for the future, and we cannot let the past hold us back, and we cannot let that child's past hold us back. Thanks.